Hello, and how are you? It is another day, it is another week. So, our topic today is called Epstein-Barr virus. Epstein-Barr virus. This is not a household name, it's not a very common name, but this disease used to be called mononucleosis. Okay? Most people know it by mono, so they just call it mono. It's also called the kissing disease. And as we talk about it, you understand why they call it the kissing disease. So as I was reading about this disease, it kind of intrigued me because I know most people don't worry about it. Most people don't even think about it, but it actually behaves exactly, well, not exactly, but almost like COVID-19. It is caused by a virus. It is transmitted through saliva. You can get it by kissing someone with it, having sex with them. You can get it from blood transfusion or organ transplant. Now, you can also spread this disease. Like the virus can stay dormant in your body and you can actually spread it even though you're not sick. Does that sound like COVID-19? To me, it does. So lots of people, they say that there's a likelihood that if you're a human being and you probably are in your 20s or older, you probably may have been infected by this virus and maybe not even know it. Lots of people carry the virus, but they don't know that they're sick. So, and it takes this one takes longer to show up. Like when you get infected, the symptoms take longer to show up. They take 4 to 6 weeks for the symptoms to show up. And then if you get sick, there is no, just like most viruses, there is no treatment. There is no vaccine. You can't use antibiotic on a virus because it just doesn't work. And you have to do comfort care, just like we are doing with COVID-19. Some of the symptoms you get with this disease are fatigue, fever, lack of appetite. You might get a rash. You might get sore throat, swollen glands, like your cervical glands, they might swell, weakness, sore muscles, and that kind of thing. So the Epstein-Barr virus, or Barr virus, Epstein-Barr virus, that's what it's called. But most people call it EBV. So if I say EBV, I'm talking about the same thing. So it can stay in your body. And even after you get healed, the virus itself can still stay in the body and infect you again at some later date. It might take months to come back. It might take years, but it could come back. I guess once you're infected with it, it can stay dormant in your body. Now, like I said, there is no vaccine. There is no treatment. Most of the time we use comfort care. Bed rest, drinking lots of fluids, and treating the symptoms like pain and fever, with Tylenol. Now, one of the things I have noticed about viruses are very, very strange. They seem to have an intelligence of their own. They seem to have a mind of their own. And when they take over the body, they start duplicating. They start changing, mutating, and this gives me a clue what this could be. So there is a root cause for viruses. Why do they infect some people? Why do some people get sick and other people don't get sick? If you want to know what the root cause is, I'm not going to throw it out there because honestly, people don't understand. When I start digging deep into some things, because the way I look at diseases, I always say that total health is a balance between spirit, mind, and body. If you have spiritual health, your mind will be healthy. If you have mental health, your body will be healthy. That's how everything works. And everything starts from the spiritual to the mind to the body. It doesn't work the other way around, where the body kind of makes the mind sick and the mind makes the spirit sick. That's like going backwards. That's not how things work. So that's why I'm not gonna say it, like say what the root cause is, because I really want people to understand this information. And these are some of the things that we'll be talking about when I open my school in September, Total Health Academy. We're going to be digging deep into the spiritual and the mental aspects of a human being. Because, you know, human beings are not animals. And most people think that because we behave like mammals, I guess, that we are mammals. We are not animals. Human beings are spiritual beings. And the day that people will understand how that works, what that is, actually we'll have healing. And we will not suffer from diseases the way we do today. So I'm just going to leave you with that. And I say if you want to register for my school in September, we are still trying to figure out the details. I'm trying to get this information to as many people as possible. So we may not be charging, but don't quote me on that, because I need people to help me. And the people that are going to come to help me have to be paid. So we might be asking for donations sometime in the future, so we can get this information to the people who need it, who probably cannot pay for this. And I'm telling you, some of this information, if you understand it, you have done 80% of the work that needs to be done as far as disease prevention and healing is concerned. So treating diseases, you can do that with your doctor. The doctor can manage your symptoms. They can treat your diseases. We'll be working on the root cause. Because if you know what the root cause is, you can fix anything. And we'll also be talking about disease prevention. And I think that's wonderful to me, because that's an area that is neglected. And if people understood that very well, they will get off some of these medications that they are taking. The other thing is your immune system will be really healthy, to a point that when a virus tries to infect your body, it can actually be knocked down or killed before it causes any damage. I remember sometime, I don't remember when I watched this movie. It's called Osmosis Jones. If you've ever watched that movie, it's pretty interesting. There was a virus there, and I don't remember the name of the virus, but this virus was talking about Ebola. Like, the virus was worse than Ebola. It said that, oh, you don't know who I am. The virus is talking, and the virus is saying, you don't know who I am. Ebola will look like dad love or dad love when I'm done, you know, doing the damage that I'm gonna cause. And when this virus was talking, because that movie, Osmosis Jones, who was the main character, is a white blood cell. So it's very complicated, and it's very fun the way it's made. So all these things, the viruses, the bacteria, the white blood cells, they are all operating like an organized army in a country, and the country is the body. It was the body of the main character. His name was Flank. I would say if you haven't watched that movie, go watch it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Viruses behave like demons. I'm telling you the truth. And they have a mind of their own, and they are here to kill us. So we have to understand them. We have to know how they work, because there's something that they said in that movie, and I'll be talking about it in my school when we open in September. And that, oh my goodness, when I first watched the movie, I never quite understood what they were talking about in the movie. But now it's been so many years, and I understand so many things. I've grown, I've matured. I understand the movie very well. So that is one thing I'll be sharing with you. They mentioned it in the movie, something very simple that we ignore. We ignore it, and so they talked about it in our movie. So God bless you, and I hope that you never get the EBV virus, or the mononucleosis, or the mono, or the Epstein Barr virus. Thank you, and God bless you.